Hey fam, welcome back. Yes, you read the title right. Going to be going over the pure demonic and Satan worshipping trans activists, particularly a live feed from the Council of Geeks, the demonic Satan worshippers. Okay, and I'm going to start off with this. Here's talks about they're talking about trans genocide not being out of date. Never was a trans genocide, you idiot. Trans people are not being rounded up and slaughtered and killed. Get a grip. Learn what genocide really means. You're a liar. Yes, I'm a trans woman, just like you are. Transsexual woman. Says trans is an identity. Well, if it's an identity, you're really not trans. Because being trans is something either you are or you are not. That's fact. Sorry. Claims the removal of more than two sexes is wrong on federal ID. Well, sorry, the biological fact is there are only two sexes, two genders, and non-binary is not a gender. Are you really that galactically stupid? Says sex is not assigned at conception when it actually is assigned at conception when the sperm enters and hits the egg and it has a Y chromosome. Yes, it is. Because that is what determines the sex of the baby is the sperm that fertilizes the egg. So yeah, it is determined at conception. Apparently you know jack nothing about biology. And I hope I hope to hell you see this. I really do, because I'm calling your crap out. There is one thing that I do agree with you on, and I will get to that. I'll give you one thing and one thing only. That's it. And you'll find out when I get to it. So stay tuned. And says that a removal of trans identity is being trans is not an identity. I just talked about that. It is either you are or you are not trans. Sorry. It's not an identity because if you're claiming it's an identity, you're not trans. You're an impersonator. Because it's a medical thing. Gender identity slash gender or gender identity disorder slash gender dysphoria. It's a mental discrepancy. It's a medical thing. It's not biology. It's a mental thing. Calls removing trans health benefits from inmates as being cruel and unusual treatment. Well, one thing to tell you, honey, don't go to freaking prison because you don't deserve those rights. People do not deserve to pay for their medical transition because some asshole or bitch decided to cause a crime that would get them put in prison. Medical transition is not the one thing I want to be paying for through my taxes or a whole crap load of other people. Do not want to be paying, but believe that should be paid for and they're right. because it's a privilege to be able to transition. Well, when somebody commits a crime and gets put in prison, guess what? You'll lose those privileges. And I don't give a damn what you think about other healthcare issues that are legitimate and need to be taken care of in prison or not. That's the only one thing is medically transitioning does not. It's one of the maybe other things, maybe a few other things that does not belong being paid for by criminals that are put in prison. Sorry, don't deserve it. She also supports the butchering and mutilation of children by transmedical medication and surgeries. You're sick. It's child abuse. It's demonic and satanic. And here's where the one thing that I agree with you out about the Banta from 19 younger than 19, it should be 18. I'd agree. Because if you can sign a contract in the military to possibly get killed and serving in the military, you should be able to choose whether you can on transition or not. Yeah, I had to agree with that. And right now, I really don't like agreeing with you on anything. Other than you need to need to be flushed down the toilet with the rest of the shit and the sewage. Let's see, what else did I bring right down here? It talks about that some of these gender medications are used for other healthcare problems. Yeah, they are. Okay, she mentioned Lupron, or not Lupron, but spironolactone or Spiro for a blood pressure medication. Yeah, it is used for that and other assorted heart conditions. It's also a potassium-sparing diuretic, which requires blood tests for elevated potassium. Because elevated potassium gets too high and it can kill you and it can cause a heart attack. And you wonder why they don't want it used in children? It's even dangerous. It can be dangerous for adults. Trust me, yes, I was on it. I had those problems with elevated potassium because of spironolactone. Lupron. Do use it for prepubescent puberty on an extremely short-term basis because of the harm that it does do. They use it for some cancers. They also use it for convicted sex offenders to destroy their reproductive system and sex drive. How do I know this? Found out the hard way as a child by being raped by a pedophile. And a judge ordered that they be put on those types of puberty blockers that do specifically that. And Lupron does specifically do that. And y'all think it doesn't happen, won't affect kids? It does. It has been also known to cause brain swelling. It has also been known and documented to cause learning disabilities. On top of the brain swelling, it has also documented being causing temporary to permanent blindness from brain swelling. And it has been noted and documented to cause seizures. The adverse effects of those drugs are worse than what they are made for, unless it is used extremely limited time frame. I don't know, but yeah, you know what? Maybe you need to pull your bottom lip up over your fucking head and swallow, you piece of shit. Butcher children like that. Who the hell do you think you are? Who died and left you God? Because you're demonic and satanic. Calling the removal of gender markers from federal documents is wrong. Well, it's not wrong either. Biological sex is a fact. And non-binary, sorry, I got non-binary friends who are decent people. Non-binary is not a gender and is not a sex. Intersex is not a different sex. Sorry, it's not. I do a chromosomal check. Probably has XXY chromosomes or XYX chromosomes, which means male, even if there's two X's. The Y says male. Biology is a fact. Two sexes, two genders. Go to basic sixth grade biology class from somebody who knows what real biology is. Pierce Morgan on Uncensored had a biologist that knows what biology really is, knows that there's only two sexes and two genders, and that it's a biological fact. It's been that way for millions of years. Science has not figured out how to change that. And even admits maybe someday science will be able to do that. But it can't yet. So guess what? Two sexes, two genders, male and female. And medically transitioning does not change that fact. All we can do is change the appearance of our bodies to match the opposite sex and gender. And hopefully put out the mannerisms of the opposite sex and gender. Yes, I still have some characteristics that are male. Had some characteristics that were female before I started my transition too. Probably still would even if I wasn't transsexual. Let's see here. Claims that trans people are being erased. Sorry, we're not being erased. Okay, yeah, the federal ID thing, yeah, that's, well, we're gonna have to deal with it, and hopefully somewhere down the road it can get changed. It'll change back, that it can be totally changed on federal IDs. But you can use it on, you can change the gender markers on your state ID, just not federal. Wow. That hurts your feelings. Here, I will cry for you. Wow. Too bad. Deal with it. Claims that voting for Trump because of the price of fucking eggs, i.e. food, is a bunch of crap. Says that people putting themselves ahead of others is evil. I'm here to tell you one thing, two things, meaning for towards the same thing here. Guess what? If you don't eat, you starve and you die. That's the only thing that happens. Because when people can't afford to buy food, they starve and die. People do not die because they cannot and do not get medical gender care or health care or butchering when it comes to children. People don't die because people do not die from not receiving transgender medical coverage or medical treatments for transitioning. But they will die because they starve to death. 7 days. Guess what? You die. No food for 7 days, you're dead. Plain and simple. And I'm wondering how many people, what people would be willing to do when they can't afford food to be able to get food. You ever think of that? Apparently, fucking not. Because you're a piece of shit. You're demonic, Satan worshiping piece of sewage. And I hope you're listening to this to the end. I really do. There's nothing you can say or do unless you reverse on everything you've been talking about is going to change that. You're pure evil, you're demonic, and you're satanic. There's no two ways about it. Unless you reverse the course you're going on. So the people who voted for, she also says people who voted for Trump don't deserve her presence. Well, thank God, thank you for doing me a favor. I don't want you in my damn presence anyway. All you are is the afterbirth of a human. You're vile, pure evil, demonic, satanic, devil worshiper. And your garbage needs to stop. It's people like you why these extra things are being happening other than the stopping of medically transitioning children, which is pure evil and demonic and satanic. You're part of the cause. I don't give a damn whether you like it or not because you are the cause. You're driving that cause. And if it starts affecting other adults, even worse, your fault. Yours. And other evil, demonic Satan worshipers like you. It's a fault of all of you. Trans activists that are spewing forth shit. And as you did, she did, and this person defends trans women and women's sports when she damn well knows that trans women are seriously injuring women because trans women are still biologically men. We're stronger, faster, bigger. What does happen? A woman has to get killed or a girl has to get killed? It's damn near happened a couple of times. That poor high school volleyball player that's got permanent brain damage because of that. Getting spiked in the face from a boy claiming to be trans in high school playing girls volleyball, claiming to be trans. Fallon Fox fractured the eye socket of a woman in mixed martial arts. Could have killed her. How she's still alive, I don't know. And then he goes, yippee skippy, yeehaw, brags about it afterwards. I wish I knew your name so I could directly call your name, but I don't. It's from the Counsel of Geeks. And you got to pull it up on YouTube, Counsel of Geeks. You'll be able to see her post, her stream. She's pure evil, demonic, and satanic, and a Satan devil worshiper. You're a demon, bitch. You are part of the reason why shit is going south in the trans community. And I'm just so glad somebody's in office that can help stop this crap. So those of us who are decent trans people can bring back the respect and dignity for us trans people, transsexual people. Get off your high horse, because ain't nobody died and left you God. You're too evil. You're pure evil, pure demonic, and pure satanic. You are part of the reason why things are happening the way they are. Shut your damn mouth or change. You have the freedom to talk about what you want, you can. Can't really technically stop you from spewing forth your hate. Your pure evil, satanic, demonic BS. Bullshit. I'm glad you put it out. So people like me know who to call out as being a danger to children in the trans community, in the LGBT plus community. And I actually do hope you have a good life. I really do. I am actually sincere about that. I just don't like the shit you're doing. I hate the shit you're doing. But I do wish you a decent life. And I wish you the intelligence to be able to change. Because you're doing harm. You're part of the reason why harm is being done. You're part of the reason why this is happening. Please change. Anyway, to everybody, even you, from Counsel of Geeks, y'all have value. Y'all have worth. And you are all important. And if no one has told you that they love you today, I love you. Until next time, have a great rest of the day, no matter what part of the day you're in.